Welcome back to the CryptoLabs YouTube channel. Tangible USDR as stablecoin has depegged near 50%, really 48, 47% from their dollar peg. I want to talk about USDR. I'm going to talk about the countless times I have seen this. I've seen this with USDC, not this bad, but I think we made about 8% or 7% in like 5 hours with USDC once. And I just want to share some macro thoughts on stablecoins as a whole. We'll talk about how I take profits, where I move it, what I do with that stablecoin. Because if you're following our rules, you're taking profits. And if you're taking profits, you're probably taking them in stablecoin. We're going to look at all the different stablecoins. I mean, there's hundreds. We'll look at like maybe the top 20 really, really quick. And we'll just talk stablecoins today. And is there an opportunity here? Is there a massive opportunity here to secure and lock in some really nice returns? We're going to talk all about that. We might also jump into my ledger and talk about how I also keep some stable coin in there. We'll see where this goes. By the way, do leave a comment below. You'll be automatically entered into our weekly giveaway. We did miss this week. I've been feeling like complete crap. I don't know what I ate on Sunday, but since then I've been battling something. But so the videos have been sort of inconsistent. I think I've only done one video this week, but hopefully y'all forgive me for that. On Monday, next week, we'll be back on track. But do leave a comment below or like this video, subscribe to this channel. All the cool YouTubers, you know what they say. I'll say it too. All right, let's talk about USDR. So USDR is a stablecoin that is pegged to real estate. And that's not 100% true, but it's backed by real estate. And then they have some DAI reserves and they have some mechanisms at play there. At around 5 a.m. yesterday-ish, we saw a massive depeg, massive fear. The sell-offs were insane. I saw even people who've been practicing crypto and DeFi for a long time get caught up in a lot of it. And fair. Like, look at this. This is terrifying for anybody. So people were getting out. The bleeding stopped. There were some, there was a little comeback at, how long did this last? 5 a.m. to 8 a.m. Kind of chilled at around the 50-cent mark, had a little bit of a 20% increase-ish, came back down. Lots of money was made here. I was watching the charts and just millions of dollars were flooding through USDR. People made 30% on stablecoin. I remember doing that with USDC during a depeg. I think I did 7% in like 2 hours on stablecoin. I just converted all my stablecoin to USDC, brought it back to peg, and then re-diversified my stablecoin. Now, USDR is different than other stablecoins. It is. Real estate isn't as liquid. And so if a depeg happens and things start dropping like crazy, they can't just sell real estate and like back the peg. They can't back USDR. And they did have some DAI reserves. And when those DAI reserves were drained, then we saw the massive depeg. So some fear, DAI reserves depeg are drained, bam, we saw what happened. Now, what does USDR have to say? What does Tangible have to say about this? Because that's important. And is now a good time to buy USDR? I won't make my opinion, but I'll let you make your opinion because we're going to base it on data here. I probably will share my opinion because I can't help it. USDR suffered a depeg over a short time. All liquid DAI from the treasury was redeemed. Tangible is saying that they could be 84% collateralized if we mark Tangible and the insurance fund to zero. Meaning, they have an insurance fund. They have a little bit of a buffer, a little bit of a moat, a little bit of a float. If they liquidated that to zero, they could get 84% of the USDR collateralized. And that's, of course, marking Tangible as well. So, okay. I don't know if that's a long-term fix here, but it's something. Launching baskets. So baskets of pooled tokenized real estate. I'm in a lot of tokenized real estate. Launching baskets, and I'm guessing what they're saying is baskets are minted into yield-generating baskets. So with tokenized real estate, I'm a big fan of this, by the way. I get paid every single month with rental income to the amount that I have, that I own, that asset, that piece of real estate. Super cool. So if you have $50, you're going to make the same percentage as someone else who has 50 grand in it. Your amount is going to be lower, but your percentage is the same. That to me is really, really cool. That stuff inspires me. So that's why I'm a big fan of Tangible, because the world needs this. We just haven't fully figured out, especially with there's a massive sell-off. We just haven't figured out how to fully do this yet, although it's getting real damn close. So I like what Tangible is doing. I'm still a fan. So they can hold on to the real estate basket, but there's no peg, asset value is transparent, good. And then redeeming USDR. So with baskets deployed, we'll open redemptions. USDR will be fully redeemable with a blend of the following stablecoins, basket tokens, lock, So what they're finally saying is they're looking for solutions on how to get the USDR repaid. I've also read in some places that as the rental income from other properties comes in, DAI reserves are replenished and the peg will eventually come back to peg. Is that certain? No. Could the team give up on the project? Yes. Could something else happen between now and then? Yes. We don't know. Would I put everything I have into USDR right now? No. It's not like a little USDT DePeg that's going to go back to zero within 4 hours. That's not happening. Opinion, I personally see this as a viable short to midterm play. You've got to make your own decision for that. Go through the data, but the team is committed. The team is dedicated. I've been following the team for a while, and again, this is personal opinion. You've got to make your own opinion. I would go through everything they've written. I would go through what others are writing about Tangible. I would go through what experts are saying could be possible, and I'd look at the good and the bad, and then I'd make a decision based on that. And I'm sure there's going to be some more updates happening. Every time something like this happens, I step back for 24 hours as well, and I assess and I make decisions based on that. I don't make any emotional decisions. And so I had some time to step back, read through the data, and I do see it as a viable option. And opinion, and it's not fact, but I do think Tangible can work themselves out of this. And USDR could go not only back to peg, and that's cool and all, but the project continued to thrive because we need more projects like this. Opinion. There's also an article here on Cointelegraph where I think here they showed their reserves. So how much of all of their USDR is actually backed by real estate? And what they're saying is that they're fully backed by real estate. They just can't liquidate the real estate to get the USDR back to peg or to basically have people be able to redeem USDR 1-for-1. We've seen this happen before in many projects, but they weren't backed. We've seen algorithmically backed pegged stable coins go to crap. We've seen stable coins that were backed by some asset, but there was no proof of it and it wasn't a real business. They were just kind of like, this is kind of sketch. We've seen those lose peg. I'll show you the graveyard of stable coins. Or at least I'll show you all the different types of stablecoins. Let me know if this is helpful so far. I don't know. This is important to know so you don't want 100% of your profits or your stablecoins backed up in something like this. Although I'm a big fan of it, you just never want that. I did a little search here on the on stablecoins. I mean, we can keep going here. These are all stablecoins, and we can keep going. From Spice USD with no market caps. What are some market caps here? We'll go market cap. We'll sort by market cap. There we go. So USDT, the biggest, massive market cap. USDC next. DAI next. Then we got True USD, BUSD. BUSD has lost a lot of market cap because they are phasing that out. It's still redeemable though. Frax, PAX, USDP, FDUSD, the first digital dollar. I mean, they got a decent market cap. But again, we can keep going down. Like, do you want to keep USTC, if you remember that crap show? We got PayPal USD, which is actually 16th stablecoin now. Pretty cool. And we can keep going. We've got the Euro. We got a Tether, URT. We can keep going. Would you want to hold any significant amount of your net worth in ZUSD? Probably not. In HUSD, probably not. You're probably going to be sticking to these top three. I wouldn't really play with True USD. I still do hold BUSD because a lot of the projects I play with on Binance, and it's just, I don't know. It's just, I'm a creature of habit. I will start phasing out BUSD, not because it's rugging or not because it is disappearing, but not because it's a bad play. They are phasing it out. So people are slowly kind of shifting around. But these top three. So one thing I do, and I hope this is helpful, is I hold my I hold some of my profits that I want easily deployable. Typically, I try to keep the same ratio between stuff. So I've got some USDT here. I got 8 grand USDT. I got 4 grand USDC, and that's because I just moved 3 or 4 grand onto base for some projects that I've been playing with over there that are doing over 300% return. Mind blown. I've been kind of sick for the last 3-4 days. I've been making a ton of money every single day. That kind of makes up for my bad mood, so to speak. I'm a fan of that. I did move some stablecoin at play on Bass Exchange, not a ton. I got 4, and I got some in here, making me Bass Exchange tokens, and I've been taking profits pretty much every day, every 2 days, every 3 days, and those profits have been really, really nice. Those get converted to stablecoin, and those move into my profit wallet. And then I do have some. The bull run's been building here this year. I like it, 44%. I've been moving some stuff into, of course, this is wrong. There it is. Yeah, I got another $8,000 of BUSD that I need to liquidate. Now, if something is on my ledger, it's less accessible. If something is in my profit wallet, it's more accessible, and I will deploy 5 or 10 grand at the right opportunity. So I want that accessible. And so holding stablecoin is nice. Instead of taking your profits and, moving them into your bank or moving them, where are we here? Moving them, I could move this stuff into my bank account and pay a fee for that and then move it back. But it's like, I just sit on stablecoin on the sidelines. This is a wallet that's never touched a DApp. It's never touched a project. It's my profit wallet. I move profits there. And then when I'm ready to deploy, I move whatever amount I want to deploy back into my MetaMask. That's more of a hot wallet that's connected with things. Move it into a project, make yields, move it out, move profits into my profit wallet. Rinse and repeat, and lock profits into stable coins. And so, yes, I am thinking of moving not a massive amount. We're talking maybe 10%, 20% of my stables onto USDR. Still looking for more news, still looking for more concrete, like what are their assets worth and what do things look like on their end? What's the plan moving forward? And that'll be more of a midterm play where I'll just be holding it in there and supporting them, but also making, potential 40, 50% returns on stablecoin that are backed by real estate. I'm like, that's a no-brainer to me. So that's that. I'll wrap things up there. We were going to release a client win video today because we try to do one once a week, but I thought this was a little bit more important, and we'll resume giveaways this Monday, and we'll resume our member spotlights on typically Wednesdays next week. So all will be back in order. That's that. That's my quick update for today. Really hope this helped. Really hope this served. And with that said, I'm going to get out of here. Do check out the Underdog Investor Group. By the way, it's been growing like crazy, even as I've been sort of under the weather here for the last few days. It's been amazing to watch the community, how many amazing human beings are joining our community, the Underdog Investor Group, and just how many wins are being shared every single freaking day. The community is the most supportive community you will ever find in crypto. And because of that, they make bank if you apply yourself. If you're someone who's just going to show up and not do it and not go through any videos and not show up and not invest, then you won't see any returns because you can't see returns without actually investing. So you do have to put the work in. But for those who are willing to put the work in, the returns are ridiculous. It does take some work. It's not just going to be a click of a button. It does take some work. If you've got a few hours a week to devote to it, you'll do well. But you got to take the action. We have now done, we've implemented the implementation hours. So 2 to 3 times a week, we have a room open that's called implementation hours where you can jump on and like implement the information and actually apply yourself. And so we also have those going. I held one yesterday. We got one on Friday, and then we got one on Monday, on Wednesday, and on Friday, various hours. But that's where we help implement. So that's kind of a cool additional feature we did as we get close to the cap where we won't be accepting members for a little while. And we're getting really, really close to that cap. So if you've been on the sidelines wanting to join, maybe now is a good time. With that said, I'll move myself in the middle, and I'll put some videos up here and here and here. Here, educational pieces. Educate yourself in this space. The returns that you can make are far outweigh any asset class that I have ever seen, and you can do it consistently with true DeFi. So I'll leave those videos up there. With that said, I'm going to get out of here. Appreciate you. Peace.